Hey guys, Tom here with cellphonetrek.com, and today I have the HTC Evo 4G for the Sprint Now network. Arriving from the left corner. Anyways, continuing on, I apologize. Versus the Motorola Droid 2 for the Verizon network. Ooh, Verizon. Excellent. Excellent. Thumbs up for excellent. Anyways, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. We have about 9 points or so to cover. If I forget some, don't remind me. It's an embarrassment. I apologize. I'll go ahead and type them in later. We also have the full written reviews as well, so not of the comparisons, but of the phones, so you can make your own decision. We're on Facebook, Twitter. Find us on Twitter, tweet, TwitPics, etc. Yes, indeed. Jolly good. I think that's so damn funny, Alec. You've got the answers right there. Anyways, continuing on. It's been a long day of recording. Let's get to it. All right, we've got the Evo 4G. It's Australian. It's awful accent. And jolly good, sir. Pip pip, I like small. The Droid 2. Anyways, we're going to compare these two things, and I have 9 points. First thing we're going to cover is, well, the first thing that you look at when you look at a phone. You have the screens. You have the Evo's 4.3-inch awesome capacitive touchscreen versus the 3.7-inch TFT capacitive touchscreen display on the Droid 2. Whoops. Was hitting buttons earlier, and this is what happens when you hit buttons on the screens and you've been doing videos way too long. Now currently both phones are at their brightest maximum. If we hit these buttons right here, it is, whoop, there you go. Now they are both at their lowest. Even at their lowest, the 3.7-inch Droid 2 is still brighter than the Evo. Now you can still see the Evo fairly well, as you can tell. It's, you know, a little dark, everything looks a little matted, but trust me, it's still operational, and this will definitely help with extending the life of your battery, especially for you heavy users. Your eyes will adjust and you can start using it. Although this setting, and as well as the Droid 2 outside, was very lackluster. Take a shot. And so we'll bring it back up to medium. Here's our medium screen. Again, still very nice, and back to full brightness. At full brightness, I do believe, in my opinion, looking at it here in real life, the Evo is much brighter. So at a lower setting, the Droid 2 is much better, but at a higher setting, the Evo wins. Also, just general size is going to have to win. I do enjoy a 4.3 over 3.7. It's just, you know, 3.7 is, you know, in my opinion, the minimum. It's the base. Anything less than 3.7, you know, might as well just be considered a full-featured phone. Next thing we're going to cover is call quality. Both, you know, Sprint's 4G network, you know, it's great call quality. Never dropped a call on either network while using it. Granted, we do live in a metropolitan area with full coverage everywhere we go for the most part. Only time we don't have a lot of signals when we're actually inside buildings. But even then, call quality is still amazing in all the different houses and everything. And shopping markets, we were in Walmart, Publix, which is a supermarket chain down in the southeast. Notorious for other phones killing them. We can actually take these phones deepest into the back of the stores and they still work just great. Speaker quality, let's see if we have some music on here. We have some cameras. Playlist is empty. I wonder if we have any pre-downloaded music at all. We'll have to tell. Here's something that says music. Sometimes you have pre-downloaded music, but sometimes you don't. So we'll go to our trusty backup. We'll go to the internet. We're going to go ahead and go to YouTube. We're just going to find some video, give you an idea of what audio is going to sound like. And it's in Spanish. If you know Spanish, good for you. The speakerphone is located around down here on the bottom. So, again, somewhat loud, but we'll go to the actual music here. Speakerphone on here, much louder on the Evo. Actually, so loud it vibrates the back of the phone. Go ahead and mute that, it was a little loud. Plus with the kickstand, you've got, you don't have to worry about, because with the speakerphone here on the back, it actually mutes a lot of the sound, but with the speakerphone of the Evo, it actually projects the sound out. It can bounce off of things, come back at you a lot easier. So I definitely have to say, for the speakerphone challenge of this phone, the HTC Evo 4G definitely is a winner. You could say the Motorola Droid 2 didn't have a leg to stand on. Such a funny joke. Continuing on, kickstand is also a win for viewing YouTube videos. Battery life, the Droid 2 had a much better battery life using the lower screen brightness, using an Android task killer, which kills open applications running in the background. You turn those off, and so it allows your phone to operate at a longer time. So the battery ended up winning on the Droid 2. Text entry, let's go ahead and get into some messages here. Go home. The home and menu keys are reversed on both phones. Text messages here. Go to, whoops, I want to get out of there. All messages, new message. You can make your keyboard disappear by tapping it. You can also do voice to text, which I'm not good at because I have a slur a little bit, so these things could have no idea what I'm talking about, and I don't need a bad word to show up. But with the large QWERTY keyboard, it's actually much easier to go ahead and type. It's very large, a little bit larger than the Droid 2, especially with the 0.5-inch, 0.6-inch smaller screen. You can still type things just as easily. Pretty simplistic, but they both have, again, voice to text services, but you can also use the full QWERTY keyboard. We're going to come back to this a little later, but you do have full QWERTY keyboard texting capabilities as well. So you have two options, and the fact that it has two options is going to end up allowing the Motorola Droid 2 to be the winner overall against the Evo. Now, when we go to browsers, it's not called browser, it's called internet, so just remember that. We're open on cellphonetrek.com. Double tap to zoom out, you can double tap to zoom in. Both phones are like that. Go ahead, pinch to zoom capabilities. And we'll show you here. We'll bring it exactly the same. You're not going as far in with the Motorola Droid 2. The Evo, you get a little bit closer, but however, because of the smaller screen and higher pixel density on the Droid 2, you go ahead and you get a little bit better color scheme. You get darker blacks, whiter whites, etc., etc. Get you an idea. There's the Droid 2 right there in a video. And you can tell that it's just a little sharper, a little cleaner, and has more realistic colors inside you can tell definitely the difference between the whites up in here in this actual photo. Don't you play at all. But even though browsing experience may be different, browsing speeds are going to be different. The Evo is a 4G capable phone, so you are going to experience much faster speeds, and you can support wirelessly up to 8 devices on this phone, and you can only go up to 5 devices wireless tethering on the Droid 2. So tethering and internet speeds have to go to the Evo, so I just farted on there. Next thing that we have is processor speeds. They both have 1 gigahertz processors, go them, but with a larger screen, and both devices run Android 2.2. Oh, I seem to have turned the phone off. So, doesn't really matter. It actually does. Anyways, with the larger screen and the same processor, the Droid 2 actually responded a little quicker because there's just less there for it to operate, I guess. But both phones run Android 2.2. The Evo got a 2.2 update over the air. If you haven't gotten yours yet, don't worry, they're coming. And Motorola Droid 2 comes with 2.2 right out of the box. That's a lot of twos, I apologize. Next thing that we're gonna go ahead and discuss are the cameras. The 5 megapixel autofocus camera with dual LED flash with the Droid 2 on the Verizon network, and the Sprint 4G Evo has an 8 megapixel with dual LED flash. It records in 720p video. Well, it can. You just have to make that setting happen. And the Droid 2 only has DVD quality, which is 720 by 480. And 720p is 1280 by 720. I might be a little off, but I know it's 12 something by 720. I can't usually remember. It's usually have the phone operating to let me know. But oh look, I've turned it back on. Somehow turn the phone into airplane mode. All these different reviews, you end up just hitting all sorts of buttons and you just mess it all up. So, next thing that we're going to see, again, the cameras. Definitely the Evo is going to win the camera. Sorry about that, got a little distracted. And last but not least is the actual physical designs of the phone. You know, you have technical specs to tell you exactly how much the phone weighs and how big they are. What really matters how they feel. How do these phones feel in your hands? The Evo definitely feels like a full big device, feels like a mini tablet. Well, a mini tablet. A mini tablet would obviously be the Samsung Galaxy Tab, which is coming to the US, all 4 carriers this holiday season. I'm very excited. I'm going to buy all of them and then sell them back to you with double the price. Not really, guys. I love you guys. Trust me, if we get one for giveaway, oh yes, I cannot wait. I'll give it away to myself. I'll have 2. Just kidding. I'd actually give it away to you guys, but you'd have to work for it. Anyways, we have full QWERTY keyboard. It's definitely a much highly improved design. Feels real nice. I definitely enjoy the rounded edges. It's not squared off like the original Droid, but it's still big, boxy. It feels cheap with the plastic edges around here. Definitely not a fan. This with this nice, you know, rubberized coating, you know, you got this glass, high polished sheen around it all. Feels better, feels wider, feels like I've got a real piece of technology, and this feels like something that just got a facelift but is still maybe a year or 2 old. There's nothing really innovative about this design. I really enjoy the Evo, especially with the HDMI output and the Droid 2 not having that at all. So definitely have to give it props. So overall, I'd have to let the Evo win this one. It's got a better data connection speeds with 4G capability. Even though it's not out everywhere, it will be. Verizon's LTE services won't be out for, you know, nationwide. It's not going to be, it'll be half rolled out by the end of 2011. So that's ridiculous. Get your game together, Verizon. Also, with a larger screen, faster speeds, a nicer camera, and overall HTC Sense UI is much better than this dumbed down version of Moto Blur that they have on the Droid 2. It's just that simple. My name's Tom with cellphonetrek.com. Go to cellphonetrek.com for all your latest cell phone news and reviews. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Go to Facebook right now. Type in cellphonetrek.com or just cellphonetrek. You'll pull us up and like us. Be our friends. Por favor. Gracias. Thanks for watching. I hope you have yourself a great day.